Former Rockstar dev Obi Vermage has opened about GTA 6, sharing intriguing insights. Vermage believes that GTA 6 may not be drastically different from GTA 5 due to limited hardware upgrades, but he is still optimistic about the game's quality. He praised its return to the Miami-inspired Vice City, highlighting the beach scene with the diverse characters that blew him away. With GTA 6 set for a 2025 release, fans eagerly await more updates and possibly a new trailer by year's end. Despite tempered expectations, Vermage assures us that Rockstar is taking the game even further to make it the best game out there. Stay tuned for more GTA 6 news. Hypothesis: Rockstar Games intentionally creates and disseminates fake leaks and rumors about their upcoming games as strategic marketing tactic. This approach allows them to generate buzz and maintain high levels of public interest while subtly revealing genuine information. By doing so, they control the narrative, minimize actual spoilers, and ensure that the community remains engaged and speculative, thus enhancing the overall anticipation and excitement for their game releases. And how do they hire people? Because all the false rumors and leaks are denied by certain people who invent them. The community is so large that there is no need for Rockstar to do anything. People will already have expectations, and it's true as well. Former Rockstar Games dev comments on Grand Theft Auto 6. GTA 6 may not be drastically different from GTA 5 due to the limited hardware upgrades, according to former Rockstar dev Vermage. Despite this, Vermage still has high hopes for GTA 6, praising the game and its return to Miami-inspired Vice City setting. Fans eagerly await more updates on GTA 6 with expectations high for a new trailer release before the game's 2025 launch. Ex-Rockstar Games dev Obi Vermage has revealed his thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6, stating how it may not be too different from its predecessor. Grand Theft Auto 6 is currently in development for PS5 and Xbox Series X and X, with a 2025 launch in sight. The highly successful GTA franchise is set to receive its first mainline game in over a decade as GTA 6 rolls out next year. In December 2023, publisher Rockstar Games unveiled GTA 6 debut trailer, which raised to over 200 million views on YouTube. Since then, information about the open-world game has been rather scarce, fueling anticipation among the fans. Recently, Vermage, a former Rockstar North employee who worked on multiple GTA titles like GTA San Andreas and GTA 4, talked about the next entry in a crime saga. In an interview with his son in Play, Obi Vermage said that he doesn't think that GTA 6 will be wildly different compared to GTA 5, suggesting that some fans may want to temper their expectations. He based this claim on the relatively small upgrade in hardware power that has taken place since the previous console generation. The Rockstar Games alumnus underlined how the transition from PS1 to PS2 was enormous, while the transition from PS4 to PS5 was not that big, stating that the devs don't have the technology jump needed to make things different and better. So, ex-Rockstar Games dev still has high hopes for GTA 6. Despite not expecting a big change compared to the previous game, Vermage admitted that Rockstar Games have taken it even further. With GTA 6, he said it will be the best game out there. Revealing that what impressed him in the trailer, he said that a scene that blows me away is the one that shows a beach filled with a number of different characters, each doing something of their own. Further, the former GTA developer shared his approval of the series returning to Miami-inspired Vice City, saying that he loves the Miami vibe, as he added that he is looking forward to GTA 6 and will certainly play it. With just a single official reveal so far, that GTA 6 trailer continues to be popular among fans, eagerly waiting for the next update from Rockstar Games. Keeping in mind that the game is scheduled to arrive sometime in 2025. There are high chances that the next GTA 6 trailer may be revealed before the year ends. Whenever that happens, it seems safe to say that a forthcoming trailer will likely receive a similar response as the first one. Next up we go. It's insane that GTA 6 is the biggest entertainment release. And I'm genuinely excited too, because hopefully we'll have an old school vibes of people waiting in line for a launch and LAN parties. I still remember like it was yesterday, GTA 5 being on mainstream and in economic news, making so much money that it ended surpassing any music or movie release. As it probably be the talk of school like I was since high school 2013. I hope to play with people in the subreddit on PS5 next year and be a part of entertainment history. Wanted to make a positive post on this subreddit. You won't see lines of people waiting because people have an option of buying and even pre-loading games these days, so no need to wait in front of the store when you could be playing. You won't see LAN parties because GTA was never really big game in that scene, and that scene hasn't been a major thing for about 20 years now. So no, there will be nothing old school about GTA 6 dropping. It won't be biggest physical event in gaming history, but this will be the biggest online event in gaming history. We'll immediately be able to talk about the game with all other people online, find out the secrets and mechanics and the story at the same time, and there will probably be people streaming the game with hundreds of thousands of viewers, and it'll still be awesome just in different way. Yeah, I'm not using the internet when it releases, I always do this before a big game or show releases, and it has increased the fun of playing, watching, and nothing being spoiled at all. Next up we go, can't wait to talk to my friends again. Back in 2013-17, my buddies and I would play the crap out of GTA 5 online. We would pull all-nighters and every scene. We would do little roleplays and stuff, which we then fleshed out our characters and I made a whole cinematic series for ourselves. But of course we got older and got jobs. We haven't talked in a few years now besides a few texts here and there, and I'm hoping that GTA 6 will bring the group back together for one last ride and we can just chill and have a blast. What do you think on this one? Do you have the friends that you haven't talked in a while because you haven't played GTA 5 or any other games that you've played a long while ago? And can GTA 6 make you all together in one game? So say that in the comments, really interesting to hear you on this topic. Entrance to a large passenger plane. In GTA 5, if a player wants to board a larger passenger plane, we'll not see exactly how the character will get inside, unlike smaller planes. The character simply teleports immediately inside a plane, but as we know, the better the graphics, the fewer conventions. For example, in GTA Vice City, weapons hovered in the air and glowed with a colored halo. This obviously wouldn't work in 4, and in GTA 4, the weapon was presented as a full-fledged physical model, and I still had to leave the backlight for convenience. So now I'm wondering how Jason will climb into a huge passenger plane given the new level of detail in the game and the series. It's unlikely of course, but I thought that a player would first have to steal a ramp, drive him to the plane, and only then use it to go inside a plane. What do you think about it? Next up we go. GTA 6 publisher comments on the impact of review bombing on games. Take-Two Interactive used negative reviews campaign as a serious business risk. The company acknowledged that review bombing works as a part of recent SEC filing. While Take-Two has been on the receiving end of many review bombing campaigns over the years, the company conceded that such efforts can sometimes be its own fault if any given game is found subpar by fans. Credit out the 6 publisher, Take-Two Interactive, sees review bombing as a serious business risk. The company acknowledged as much as part of a wider overview of the potential impacts of negative review campaigns against games, which was recently shared with Take-Two Interactive investors. While the emergence of video game review bombing largely coincides with the rise of social media, the practice is an old and online aggregators of user reviews, such as game FAQs. Gamers were given an even larger platform to have their voices heard in the early to mid 2010s, when Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox all started allowing user reviews. So, Take-Two Interactive says review bombing works. And over the years, Take-Two Interactive has been on the receiving end of many review bombing campaigns. The gaming giant has now officially acknowledged such an online initiative as a business risk, thus directly confirming that they work it. They work. It did so via its latest 10K filing and annual report detailing its activities over the previous fiscal year. At first spotted by GameFile's Steven Totilo, Take-Two's 2024 10K filing with a SEC includes a lengthy passage highlighting the importance of obtaining and maintaining high game ratings on third-party platforms, not least because good scores improve product discoverability across such storefronts. Furthermore, obtaining and maintaining high ratings of our games on the third-party platforms on which we operate is important as they help drive players to find our games. If the ratings of any of our games decline or if we receive significant negative reviews that result in a decrease in our ratings, or our games could be more difficult for players to find or recommend. In addition, we may be subject to negative reviews campaigns or defamation campaigns intended to harm our ratings. Any such decline may lead to loss of players and revenues, additional advertising and marketing costs, and reputation harm. Defamation campaigns geared towards harming a given game's ratings can hence have a material impact on the publisher's operations, leading to a loss of players, revenue, or both. The filing reads, as the risk assessment also notes that such initiatives can add to Take-Two Interactive's costs by requiring it to increase its marketing spending in order to combat the effects of negative review campaigns. As although the publisher did acknowledge the obvious in that barrages of negative user scores can sometimes be its own fault if a product is found subpar, the filing confirms that it sees protest campaigns as a separate but equally important business risks. As that's ostensibly because Take-Two Interactive has experienced no shortage of such fan initiative in recent history, and it was less than a year ago that PS4 and Switch versions of Red Dead Redemption were review bombed, not because they were bad per se, but in protest of the fact that they weren't proper remasters. The GTA 6 publisher is not the only gaming giant to have confirmed that a review bombing works as of late. Sony signaled a similar stance, albeit only indirectly, when it backpedaled on the Helldivers 2 PSN account linking requirements back in May 2024, following a massive influx of negative reviews from Steam users. That's all the information we got on today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.